Hey, what is going on guys? Welcome everyone back to another COD World War II video. Hopefully you are all enjoying your day. In today's video, as you can probably see by the title, what we're going to be looking at is hackers that have already plagued the beta for the PC version of Call of Duty World War II. Now, if you didn't know, I believe this beta only came out a few days ago for the PC, and we've learned a few things. The PC version of the game isn't actually bad. It looks nice, it plays well, except, guess what? There is hackers that have already plagued this game. Now, no hackers have been found on the console version just yet, but in today's video what we're going to be looking at is the hackers, what tool they're actually using to hack into this game, what can they do to you if you are up against one in the PC version, and we're going to be looking at the perspective of being a victim, so what it feels like to be hacked on, because as you know, you'll probably die instantly and over and over, and that's what we're going to be looking at in today's video. So starting off, as you can see, I managed to find a video where this guy shows off his aimbotting menu for COD World War II. As you can see, he has 6 tabs. He has an aimbot tab, he has a trigger bot tab, an ESP tab, radar, miscellaneous, and colors. Now, I did have a little in-depth look at it because I kind of understand what each of them do because they have descriptions underneath it. So in the aimbot tab, it basically gives him an array of options that lets this hacker auto-fire, auto lock on enemies, and what's interesting is that he can actually choose to hit the enemy on the chest, in the head for headshots, maybe at the lower body or maybe the legs as well. He can also delay the rate of fire, so he can make it he shoots maybe one person every 20 seconds instantly, so it looks like he's playing the game legit and probably doesn't trip over an automatic ban filter. The trigger bot tab, which is the second tab, doesn't have anything too interesting on it. The ESP tab this guy is looking at allows him to put boxes more or less over all the players, so usually that's kind of like the hacking image and video you see. You see boxes around all these enemies. That's just what that tab allows him to do, and he can also toggle how far the distance of the enemy is as well, which is crazy. You really don't need that in Call of Duty, but they do have it in their hacked menu. So as you can see, he also has a radar tab. Now this basically lets him have a radar, and that's on the left of his screen, and the colors tab basically allow him to select his enemies' colors. He can also change his crosshair color, which would actually be cool if we could do that without hacks. I think that'd be an awesome thing, and he can choose the color of his friendly teammates as well. And from what I've seen from gameplays on YouTube of hackers and people getting hacked on, they all seem to be using this same tool, so it's somewhat interesting. As you can see in the background, this is what it looks like from the hacker's point of view. He has yellow boxes on all the enemies. He has the distance of the enemies on top of their heads. And what's interesting is that when he locks onto an enemy, if you have a look at the box, it actually locks red, telling him that he's on target on the enemy. But most of all, the only good thing to take out of this situation is that this hack tool does not have any God mode. It doesn't have like any flying hacks where they can fly around, shoot bazookas, maybe inject you with something, who knows. Even though technically aimbotting is pretty much like having God mode in the first place, at least these hacks don't include God mode. So now that we've kind of seen what it looks like to be in a hacker's perspective, because not a lot of YouTubers or anyone else shows you this kind of perspective, we're going to be showing you what everyone shows you. So what it looks like to be hacked upon. So as you can see, people are just dying over and over again. As you can see from the gameplay, it pretty much sucks to be in this situation, especially if you are a PC player. As you can see with the enemies, they are just pre-firing these guys. They're killing them in one bullet, so they're probably choosing to either A, get a headshot on them, or B, get one of those chest shots. So it's more or less pretty impossible to kill these guys unless you manage to really quickly just shoot them. And as you can see by the scoreboard, if I pick it up and show you guys on the screen, you can see that a lot of these hackers get over 50 kills, sometimes even over 60 kills. And if you play TDM, from what I've seen from some TDM matches, they literally end in about 5 minutes just because the hackers are just, you know, killing everyone in such a short amount of time that they basically die automatically. So when I was looking at this whole situation about these hackers, I was reading a massive thread on Reddit where the PC community were actually arguing about the crappy job Sledgehammer Games did not doing enough to prevent these hackers. So let me know in the comments down below, do you think Sledgehammer Games should have prevented these hackers and hacks already? In my opinion, I think it's quite difficult to prevent these type of hacks because you literally see them every year on the PC. I mean, I've seen gameplay of it on Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, basically any Call of Duty, you name it, someone is definitely hacked onto it. So it's most likely that these hacks won't go away anytime soon. However, the only thing Sledgehammer Games can really do is either update the security to ban hackers automatically, or at least ban the people who were hacking in the beta so that they don't do it in the final game. But knowing that this game is on Steam, they can, just make a new account and keep hacking that way. But they do have to buy the game again, which is another step that they probably won't do. So basically, that's kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think. The people in the Reddit thread also gave their own opinions to this. So I'll kind of read it out to you guys and let me know what you think. Starting off, this person basically says that it's a beta, a free beta. Banning people would be pointless. It uses the same engine, so it didn't take long to adapt. The hacks made will be banned by release. A month after, there will be a lot less hacks, if any. And the third point we don't really need to get into. So this guy is practically right. This was built on the same engine as maybe Black Ops 3 or Advanced Warfare, I believe, knowing Sledgehammer Games. And yeah, basically every year, as I said, there's a new hack each time. Call of Duty's built on the same engine, so that's probably why we're seeing these hacks already. So that's quite interesting. I do, though, think when the game comes out, this free tool that's been going around, I assume, will be completely abysmal, and it might be a month or so, or maybe even quicker, before someone does get another hack tool that works. This second person here basically says, this situation of the hackers worries me. In an occasion, it had 2 players with Aimbot, 1 in each team competing who killed more. So this guy seemed to be playing Domination TDM or something, and his team had an aimbotter and the enemy team also had an aimbotter. So that's kind of crazy. That's showing you that, these aimbotters and hackers are more or less everywhere within this open beta. But as we know, the open beta is actually finished now, so maybe they're fixing these issues. Maybe they already know about it, so they're going to fix it. Hopefully they do that, because that'd be insane. And the last guy that we're going to be looking at, he says, yup, the first day or two, I didn't run into any hackers. The last day and a half, it was like nearly every other game, and that they didn't even seem all that similar, as in they seem to be having different cheats altogether. Some had full-blown aimbot, some seemed to be walling because they would pre-fire perfectly, etc. So this guy's comment is a little bit worrying, I suppose, because this guy's basically saying that he's seen different people use different cheat tools in the games that he's played. So that's telling you that people have already gone out, built probably a lot of these tools to try and cover as many as they can. So when the game comes out, they have a tool that already works for them perfectly. So I don't know, will these hacks ever go away in Call of Duty? Probably not, because there's hacks in more or less every single game you play. If there's a game where you kill people, there's always going to be hacks where you can kill people easier or faster or quicker. It usually always goes like that around the gaming community. So let me know what you think. Do you think Sledgehammer Games should have done something more to have actually prevented these type of stuff? Because in my opinion, I think they could have done something a little bit better, but at least that this Reddit thread is, just hammering Sledgehammer Games about this. They will actually probably take some action now. And when the full game releases, hopefully it's clean for all you PC players, so you don't have to come across this. Now, what's interesting is that I don't think this will ever happen on console, because I saw a lot of comments on this thread where someone said that they saw hacks on the console or whatever. I actually did cover that in one of my videos. That's more or less a visual glitch where it looked like your enemy was a teammate or something like that, or it was the other way around. And yeah, it looks like people are aimbotting or getting God mode when they're really not. It's going to be a while before you run into hacks on the PS4, the Xbox One. I think I've only run into maybe one modder on Black Ops 3, and he didn't even have God mode. He was just, I think, giving people like free calling cards or anything. So he may have had God mode. I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, guys, that is going to be the video for today. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think about these hacks. A lot of people seem to be very divided on the issue, but at the end of the day, it is a beta. They probably didn't put all their full security implementations into the game, but let's hope at release this will not happen again, because I want all you PC players to play without worrying about being hacked on, because some people said that they are not purchasing the game until it's fixed. So let's hope it's fixed so you guys can play the game. Nonetheless, hopefully you did enjoy the video, and I will catch you all later. Globe out.